So over the top of this one is going to be Edison Academy HVAC Electrical Project number 2. What? Well, maybe I have it recorded for you for later. Alright. So now, we did the three-way after the first one. Three-way only had one load, no receptacle this time, right? What was the load? What did we do?
Light bulb.
Yeah, again, it was still a light bulb. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go down here, I'm going to put the light bulb right down here. And now look, I'm going to do this one a little different. This light bulb, I'm going to just bring it in like that and show a little swirl like that, and that's it. That also could be a light bulb. I also could have drawn it like a resistor, like you see with a filament, like that there. Could have done that inside the circle, or I could have done the L. Doesn't matter. But this one here, we got it before we draw the rungs of the ladder. I got L1 over here and L2 over here. L2 was the white wire that came from the power cord, and that went directly to the light, the common on the fixture. So that one we're going to do first, and we're just going to draw that one going right to common on the light fixture, which was the silver screw, right? What was the other color of the screw? You had silver and you had brass or gold. Yes, that's correct. Alright, so now I'm going to put the big deal on this one were the switches, the three-way switches. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw. What was the thing about the three-way switch versus the single pole switch? It had how many screws? It's three-way, so it had 3. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw those screws here like that. So this is going to be switch number 1 with 3 screws, and one of them was solid. It was colored black. The other 2 were brass or silver, same thing. And you had 2 of them. So I'm going to draw another one down here. That's my black solid one, and actually that's the size I'm using for the screws. And then yes, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put one over here. And one next to it over here. So this is the way it worked. Here's my switch. I'm going to put the switch in. And I'm going to put the switch in here on this side. And then I've got my L1 coming in from my power source. And depending on which way you had this thing flipped, up or down, determine what screw it was going to. But the bottom line is you had one wire that was red that went right to the other side of the switch. So that if that was energized on that side, it went right to the light and turned on the light. Now, is the light on right now? Yes. Because look, you still had another one that was the traveler circuit that you'd had black on one side and white on the other. I'm going to draw this one with a dotted line because that's not the same wire as that one. That one was red, you had red, and then you had a white that tied to a black with a wire nut. That if you got that white wrong with this white, it sparked up your project. So yes, right now the way this is, if power was coming in from L1, it's on that common terminal there. The switch is closed to this screw where it travels down this traveling circuit, and then yes, it's energized on that screw. It boom, lights on. We've got a complete path. Now as soon as I take the switch and I go over here and I flip it the other way, that now moves this bar over to the other side. Where is the light on now? Do I have a direct contact? No, not now. It's waiting for you to go to the other end of the hall. You don't have to erase and do what I'm doing. This is just for my lecture. And flip the switch at the other end of the hall to now make it work on the other set of screw terminals. So now, yes, we've got a path. The light is energized. Don't forget, you still got to show ground. You had a ground coming in. So do a ground real quick with the triangle going down. And then I'm also going to put a legend down here at the bottom. I'm sorry, I put an S there because I'm used to writing stringham instead of legend. It's the same thing. Oh, that joke never gets old. It's so old. I know. Alright, so look, it's pretty easy on this one. I've got the one circle, which I drew like this, with a little circle there. That's my light. And then the other thing we have in my legend is I got my black screw terminal, and then I've got my other one. I only have to do one, because even though I got two in the diagram, this one symbol shows the same thing of this being a three-way switch. And they also call it a single pole. But this is a double throw. Because I can throw it up and it makes contact, and I can throw it down and it makes contact. So this is a SPDT instead of SPST, SPDT switch. And then you still have the triangle, which is your ground. And how much voltage are we dealing with here with lights? 120 volt, single phase, 60 hertz. So there's 2 out of the 3 diagrams. We'll do the other 2 for the feeders tomorrow when you come in.